On May 5th, 1995, Mike Frazier was in his car being carried away by deadly flood waters. His life would never be the same. Here's part 2 of Mike's battle with the storm.
I can remember when we buried them, and I remember saying to myself, this time next year, if not before, y'all will be burying me.
But the values his mother and father had instilled in him kept Mike from taking his own life.
I was taught that suicide, you can't get forgiveness for, taking yourself out like that. I would never see them again. I knew that my problems would just be beginning if I would take myself out.
For years, Mike lived in limbo. He didn't want to live, but he couldn't die. All the while, one question haunted him: why?
God, why are you doing this to me? And he wouldn't talk to me. It's like I couldn't hear nothing. My link that I had to God was my mom and dad. I had been in church all my life, but I hadn't really had a personal relationship with God. So what am I supposed to do? Now, who am I supposed to talk to? Who am I supposed to question? So yeah, I felt like he had abandoned me.
On top of all his grief, Mike's extended family was accusing him of setting up the accident for the insurance money.
I was broke down. I found myself many nights, many days on my back. When you're on your back, you're looking straight up. What's up, God?
Mike cried out to God again.
And it was just like, God, I don't have nobody. You're the only friend that I have right now. I think you're the only person that really, really care about me. Can I be your friend? Will you hang out with me?
This time, God responded.
He was like, I've never left you. I was with you. I was actually the one that pulled you out the car. I was with you when you was riding around, wanting to take yourself out. I never left you. You left me. So, I'm here. I was broke. He accepted me.
Mike began a new journey in life and with God.
I saw him get deeper with God. It was no longer his parents' God. He became Mike's God and the center of his joy and the reason of his existence.
Mike was in the process of putting his life back together, but it was during a church service that he discovered his life's mission.
He preached a sermon called Forever the Victim. I don't think so. He called me out and he ministered to me. And I believe that was, it was just something clicked. It was like a light just came on. And I realized that I had a purpose, a very unique purpose. I felt like I was a victim, but I will not be a victim always. I can make it through this. I got up one morning and I just started going places, started living. It's okay to smile again. My mom and dad would want me to smile again. My daughter would definitely want me to smile again.
Realizing he had a story that others needed to hear, Mike created a website called Surviving the Storm, and without any promotion, people began posting their own stories of grief and sharing how Mike's story had helped them. Seeing the power of his testimony, Mike decided to write a book.
My goal for the book is to reach as many people as I can. I want people to read the book and say, oh my God, you are real. Because if God wasn't with me, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I want them to realize that the same God that pulled me through can do the same thing for them. A lot of people say, isn't that uncomfortable for you to talk about losing your family? I get strength. The more and more I talk about it, the more strength God gives me, because I feed off of telling the testimony, seeing it strengthening others.
The bridge where the Frazier family lost their lives is now dedicated in their memory.
13 years ago, that happened. And each day, I never forget it. Every morning I get up, I thank the Lord for me being here, and I just ask him to let me make my mom and daddy proud of me, because I know they're looking at me now.
I miss them, and I'm gonna forever miss them. I still love them, and I will never forget my mother. I never forget my dad. I never forget Courtney. I never forget Jade. I will never forget Sandy. I will always hold them close to my heart. If my story, if my life, if me surviving and me losing my parents, if it ends up drawing someone closer to God and it ends up changing someone's life, then that's where the comforting part comes in at.
Today, Mike has a message of hope for those who are trying to make it through the storms of life.
This storm too will pass. The same God that gave me the strength to bear the pain of losing 5 close people to me, he can give you the same strength to go through what you're going through